Hey y'all, welcome to Art of the Budget. My name's Nicole. My pronouns are she and her, and I live in the Pacific Northwest on the traditional unceded territory of the Coast Salish nations. And it is April 2021 budget plan time. I am just going to go through my every dollar budget, my main plan for the month. If you're new here, I'm an artist and educator, and I am learning and sharing what I learn about budgeting, saving, and planning for retirement, which is something that I ignored for most of my adult life. And if you're returning, thanks so much for coming back. If you enjoy this type of content, I would love if you would subscribe. And if you like this video, I would love it if you would like it. All right, let's get into the plan for 2021. This is going to be really quick. It's pretty basic. I do budget 1 month ahead. So I am spending the money in April that I made in March. But despite the fact that I know exactly how much money I made in March, I still budget off of this round number of $4,000. And that is one, so that it's a little bit of a cleaner number, but two, it's because I just like a little bit of buffer. And that's a way to have a buffer. I am kind of like down to the penny with everything else, but I just love that little buffer. I'm not expecting any income other than my main job and adjunct teaching pay. I will have a little bit of interest coming in. I'm actually going to just change this to 368. So that's an old number. Interest rates have fallen quite a bit since then. So this is what I got last month, and that's all I'm really expecting. I did open a bank account that had an offer of a bonus, the sign-on bonus thing. So I'm hoping that will hit my account in April, but if it does, I will allocate it in my reconciliation. I'm not going to plan on it because who knows if it will show up. In terms of radical intersectional feminism, I will be sharing $150 with people and organizations that I think are cool and worth supporting. And 2% to art, I plan to spend $60 with a local or independent artist or maker or kind of creative person. And this is kind of turned a little bit into like small business spending. And going down to savings, I just plan to, I always put my interest into this separate little bank account. I don't know why. It actually was just that bank that I used did that, and I've continued the tradition because I love that. I like this almost $400 is just pure interest, and I just love knowing that. There's no plan for that money. I guess it's like backup emergency fund, but yeah, it's just special interest money. I will be putting $500 into my Roth IRA, $1,100 for rent. I am thinking about maybe getting a housemate again after I'm vaccinated, and a lot of people are vaccinated. Real estate has just been so wild. And I'm not necessarily planning to buy or to try to buy something anytime soon. I'm not really in that position yet. And maybe this is another video that I need to make. But I just think that maybe having a housemate would mean I could put a little bit of extra money towards that sort of endeavor. Electricity, I always just kind of use this generic number of 40, mobile phone 60, internet 80. Groceries, my usual of 300. This will go down a little bit in the summer because I have already paid for a CSA or a community supported agriculture box, which is a box of veggies weekly from a local farm during farming and growing season. Restaurants 100, household 20, kittles 125. This is for things like litter and food. Scrolling down, gas, I'm keeping it 60. I think I've been toying with the idea of raising this up, and I'm not quite there yet, but I am planning to work from work versus from home more often, more officially starting in April. So we'll see how we do at the end of the month. For now, I'm going to leave it. Car registration, I always send $10 over, and this is just so that when it comes around, it's sitting there waiting for me in November. Entertainment, this is what used to be Hulu, but now it's $0 because I paid Hulu in one fell swoop, and it turns out it was cheaper to do it that way. Fun, 100. Auto insurance, $86.60. Renter's insurance, $10. Same as my registration, $10 a month just moves over, and then I have it sitting there waiting for me at the end of the term. Let's see. I don't put anything towards accountant. I have 208 sitting there, and I have done okay on my own doing my taxes, but I am trying to put a lot more effort into my small business, so maybe next year I will need that, and that will be sitting there waiting for me if I do. Going to sinking funds, this is also pretty standard. 10 into health, 602.55 into cat health, 166 into car upkeep and replacement, 50 into my tech fund, 100 into gifts, 20 into clothing, 166 into upcoming travel. I don't have anything planned at the moment, except for a couple of pretty close by regional camping trips, which will be socially distanced, but for the second one, the whole group of us may end up being vaccinated, which would be cool. But anyway, it's a socially distanced activity, and I am hoping that I could take a trip to see my family this summer once all of us are vaccinated. At this time, my parents are, and my sister who works in healthcare. But yeah, it would be great to be able to see them. Important stuff gets 0 this month. Down payment gets 70. Serentotem Boost gets this little bit of change, 385, and education gets 10. Student loans are still on forbearance. I personally do the public service loan forgiveness plan, so I'm not paying anything now, but for federal loans, it is 0% interest. So good time to be paying them off if that's your thing. But I am doing public service loan forgiveness, which I have a video about if you're interested. I will drop a link down below, and you can check that out. That's it for me. I hope you're having a great month. I hope your April is looking good, and I will see you in the next video.